Greetings, you all. Greetings. I'm here, and I'm here with your boy. And this is Hood News. Can you send me that intro again? I've been tried again. That's what I was doing. That's what took me so long. I done went and bought a computer to see, and I haven't had it set up yet. And so I had to use the computer downstairs in the hotel, and this shit is just not fucking working. It won't allow me to link my phone to the computer to pull it up to download it because it got to be on
You got to convert it. I know what you're saying. You just
it's not acting right. Anyway, this is Hood News, y'all.
So yeah, we know we said we're gonna go on Fridays and it's Monday, but whatever. That's why it's Hood News because it's niggas running the news. So. But if you want to, you can watch it on Friday if you want, or whatever. So it don't matter. I know, right? Lena Miles, the Queen braids is popping, ain't it?
Gratitude,
baby hair.
Baby.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Much love and blessings. Shit, y'all know how we do. We get right into it. So
let me know when you got it up, because I know you got to put something up. Yeah. Everybody, make sure y'all get on that Eventbrite and purchase Coolie and I class. We're gonna be adding Candyman Part 2 to this this class, y'all, because we're gonna break down the movie Soul, but we're also going to give a breakdown on Candyman. And I went in to see that last night. Let me tell you something. If you have not went to see Candyman, you may want to go and fucking see it because there's so many messages in it, from gentrification to the hood and a whole bunch of other shit.
It's a whole bunch of shit, so y'all stay tuned. We definitely gonna give y'all a breakdown, movie decoding, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, y'all tap in, y'all buy your tickets for the class, man. It's definitely gonna be worth it.
Period.
But Queen, I got it up.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, so it's Hood News. Shit finna hit the fan. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Question. We're gonna go over a few current events. I'm gonna share a few mental health videos because we're gonna keep the mental health theme running with Hood News. That's always gonna be a segment, and we're gonna talk about graphene, oxide, and the jab. And basically, what I was telling y'all last time, that black ooze shit, man. Shout out to everybody that's been in my DM sending me information. Much appreciated. So the first thing we're gonna talk about the fact around an IRS proposal some claim would allow spying on America's bank accounts. So basically, if you don't know about this is. We're going to get to that article next. I'm going to read some of this to y'all. So as you know, they proposed a bill to look at your account for any transactions that have to do with $600 or more. So recently, the Internal Revenue Service has gotten a lot of attention on social media, specifically an obscure proposal by the Biden administration to widen the authority to root out tax evasion by allowing the IRS to get annual aggregated reports of flows from bank accounts with a minimum of $600. But it's not Biden's officials or Democrats who are pushing the topics most aggressively on Twitter and other platforms. It's Republicans and right-wing media outlets attacking the proposal as a violation of privacy and arguing that the IRS would be improperly spying on everyday Americans by bank accounts. Now, as y'all know, if y'all caught the last episodes, we were talking about propaganda and how the government, the CIA, uses the outlets to push their agendas. So we know right now it's telling you it's Republicans, and they say, but it's not Biden's officials or Democrats who are pushing the topics most aggressively on Twitter and other platforms. It's the Republicans and right-wing media outlets attacking the proposal. So they're telling you right there, like, we got ways of influencing your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's a little context you can get from that right there. I wanted to scroll down. Issue. The proposal issued by the Treasury Department will require banks to provide the IRS with more data on accounts that meet a small threshold of $600. Last month, Bloomberg reported that Democrats were considering raising the threshold possibly to 10,000. That's really where it was at already before, if I'm not mistaken, because anything over 10,000 or more, like any type of transactions, it had to be reported to the IRS. But I'm not going to kill y'all with all this jargon. We're going to get to the key points. I wanted to read this part so that way people can know like what's coming ahead and you guys can see with your own eyes. You know what I'm saying? So the proposal in May, the Treasury Department proposed a plan to create a comprehensive financial account information reporting regime. Under the proposal, banks would be required to submit annual reports to the IRS on gross inflows and outflows on accounts, both business and personal, with at least $600 or with transactions of at least $600 in a year. In a year, not a month, not none of that. So in a year. So as soon as you make a $600 transaction, basically your account is under review, like from the jump.
Wow. Well, they're gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, anyways, but now they just making sure that they got law set in stone, set in place to support their actions. Now, though, as the Bloomberg reporting suggests, Democrats on the Hill are still hammering out the details until.
Why do you think they doing that, Coolie?
Well,
why do you think they doing it?
Two reasons. One, right now, is to cause hysteria. Like for the first and foremost thing is a distraction. The second thing is to usher in the digital money. Like this is all part of the RFID chipping and you know, in the one world government type shit. This is, you always got to create order out of chaos. So now this is what you're seeing. You're seeing the rise of the wave, metaphorically. Like if this was the ocean before it crashes, right now you're seeing the crescendo, the rise. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's happening right now. I really feel like this is to really push digital currency. You know what I'm saying? Make everybody chip and get rid of paper money.
They can also track what you got, what you spending, and all of that.
Exactly. It's another big brother move. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
Now, let's get over on this section right here. What information would the IRS receive? During a Senate hearing in late September, Yellen pushed back on claims that the proposal was an invasion of privacy. Banks already reported directly to the IRS the interest that they pay on accounts when it exceeds 10, Yellen said. And this is not, so hold on, I just seen that. I don't know if they mean 10,000 or $10, but it say banks already report directly to the IRS the interest that they pay on accounts when it exceeds 10. Yellen said, this is not a proposal to provide detailed transaction level data by banks to the IRS. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, under the proposal, the IRS will only see two pieces of information: annual gross account inflows and outflows, with no details on individual transactions. Steve Johnson, a professor at Florida State University and scholar of tax procedures, noted that the Treasury proposal included providing the Secretary with broad authority to issue regulations necessary to implement this proposal. In theory, according to Johnson, the reporting requirement could be expanded from just the two pieces of information, annual gross inflows and outflows, through the back door of regulations. So all they just like we said just now, and I know it seemed like it was repetitive here, but they really want to see your annual. They want to know where all the money is going.
That's
because
right.
One, how can I say this? Because I don't want to just talk out my ass right now with this. If you do some research in regards to this, like the IRS is like it's kind of like a Ponzi scheme in so many ways, because it's one, it's not a legal thing. It's nowhere in the Constitution says that you're required to pay taxes. Like,
nope, a lot of tax IRS workers quit the IRS because of that too.
Exactly, and that information is out there. So the fact that people are seeing that 9 times out of 10, there may have been a huge drop in the filing of taxes in the past coming years. So they probably trying to figure out how could they bounce back. And this is one way of them bouncing back, because, hey, if I see your account and I know that you got this amount of money going into it, come on now. It's like the whole Robin Hood situation, like the sheriff of Nottingham. You know what I mean? He was just overtaxing the people. So it's kind of like, this is like a movie situation that's going on right now, y'all. So y'all just be aware of that. Now, this is what's crazy, because I seen this particular article on Instagram. I seen somebody sharing it, and this was shared. This was done way back in 2013. The IRS wants to tax your illegal income. I'm just going to read this first couple lines to you. Dealt some drugs, stole some cash. There's a line on your income tax form to declare it. As ridiculous as it sounds, the federal government requires that money acquired through illegal means be reported and taxed just like legitimate money.
Stop.
It's right there on the official IRS tax instructions. Income from illegal activities, such as money from dealing illegal drugs, must be included in your income on Form 1040, line 21, or on Schedule C, or on Schedule C-EZ, Form 1040, if from your self-employment activity.
Let me tell you how I know they not lying, Coolie. Because there was a gentleman in Cincinnati, Ohio, where the judge told him he must report how much he make for selling drugs on his ship for child support, bitch. That is no fucking lie.
Yeah. They want to know. So the reason why I'm showing y'all this is dated. You guys can, I'm leaving it up because you guys can just type this in and you can read the rest of the article yourself, because it's a lot more little like key points in it, but I want to keep it moving because we have a lot of information to get through. But reason why I'm showing y'all this is because this was back in 2013, and this was the first warning that we kind of like, you know what I'm saying, overlooked. And then once they slid this on us, then now it was like, okay, we got away with it for so long, nobody giving us any pushback. Now let's hit them with the let's spy on their account. Let's hit them with the $600 shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, what I could suggest to do, man, is, hey, if you got large sums of money in your account, man, figure out how you can compound it in some precious metals like silver or gold. You know what I mean? That way it holds more value and it creates more value over time. You know what I mean? So, because once this becomes a cashless society, it's going to be a bartering system. It's going to be like a pocket of time where people are going to barter goods for services, and whoever has gold and silver, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be living like the fucking elite. If you can acquire gold, silver, water, and some type of food resource that you can duplicate and provide to other people, you would definitely live like a king in this upcoming time. So that's something for y'all to think about. One down. Let's push through the PowerPoint. Guess what, y'all? Coolie figured out some hotkeys over here, so we don't gotta keep going through. Slide. All right. So, let's see. Do we want to watch this video first? Basically, I know we've been preaching to y'all that, hey, stockpile your water, stockpile your food. Get your resources together, and this is why. And if you don't know, it's been like a lot of ships, cargo ships, just sitting out on the water, and they've been sitting out on the water for like at least 3 to 4 months now. And I'm just gonna play y'all some of these news clippings, and we're just gonna, like I said, I want y'all to see this stuff with your eyes, so y'all just know, like, oh man, Coolie ain't just with that conspiracy shit, man. Like, no, this is real. This is real. It's finally like starting to trickle down. It's already here, but it's like basically by the time they show us the shit, it's already in motion, y'all. So let's go ahead and get through it.
Let's get it.
Last month, Costco announced it was reinstating limits on how much toilet paper you can buy. Chip shortages are bedeviling companies that make everything from computers to cars to cooktops. And you might want to start considering beginning your holiday shopping today. Otherwise, you might not get what you want. What in the world is going on? This is meant to be a recovery. Well, David Lynch wrote a terrific piece in the Washington Post explaining exactly that. He joins me now. Welcome, David. So I'm in New York. I want to buy something. It's on the website. I get it. Why does it not get to me within...
Nah, if I pause occasionally, y'all, it's just because I ain't trying to get the live fucked up, man. Hopefully that's not the case here, because it looked like it kind of paused.
It's been okay on my end, though.
All right, cool. So, hey, if y'all know I paused for a second, that's why we want to make sure we keep the live flowing. All right.
Okay.
Off the coast of Los Angeles. Last month, Costco announced it was reinstating limiting your holiday shopping today, explaining exactly that. He joins me now. Welcome, David. So I'm in New York. I want to buy something. It's on the website. I get it. Why does it not get to me within the amount of time I'm used to getting it by?
Sure. Well, at the moment, whatever you order is probably sitting in a shipping container that's stuck on one of the several dozen ships, as many as 60 or 70 ships that are anchored off the coast of Southern California, just waiting for a spot at the dock to come in and unload. But this has been going on since the start of the pandemic, from the factories in Southeast Asia through the ports on the west coast of this country to the trucking firms, the rail yards, right up to your doorstep. There have been problems one after the other.
And each one feeds the other, right? So explain what happens. So as you said, there are all these ships waiting there. They can't get a spot. But now the trucks that have been waiting for for the ship containing my goods is now off schedule, right?
Exactly. This system, it sounds on the one hand, the supply chain, like the simplest idea. We're really just talking about moving boxes from point A to point B. But in practice, it turns out to be devilishly complex. And the system works.
Y'all hear listen to the terms that they say in the certain things that they're saying, how they're saying it. Like the first thing he said, like, so the host, he was like, so my packages won't be there for me. He's making it sound personable, so that way you as listener, the viewer, can put yourself in the shoes, be like, hey, this is affecting everybody. Then if you hear this genome right here, he's talking about he just said it's devilish in the system.
Devilish, right?
Yeah, like just listen to just listen to how he's talking. We're gonna keep going.
Quite well under normal circumstances, and it's built to operate a little bit like runners in a relay race. I run my lap, I hand the baton to you, you run a lap, and so on. But if when I finish my lap, you're not there waiting to take the baton, it doesn't matter how fast the next guy is, the system grinds to a halt. And that's what we're seeing with the supply chain. Those ships can't get to the docks. When they do, it's terribly crowded. The trucks that normally get in and out in the blink of an eye take forever. And the same thing happens at the rail yards, and the breakdown feeds on itself.
Is there a kind of original cause to this, what's going on right now? Or is it just so complicated one can't even pinpoint a place where it all started?
Well, the original sin is really the change in consumption patterns that occurred as a result of the pandemic.
You heard that, Queen?
Yep. I was just writing, Coolie. This is all going to result back to the RFID chip period.
Yep. He said the original sin results back during COVID. So meaning that, remember we told y'all they did a great reset on the last Hood News, and this is what he referring to. These people, they do double talk, man. They do double talk. So you gotta think like it's context clues, like they used to tell you in English class. Why would you use this particular word to articulate your emotional feeling in regards to this situation? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep going, y'all.
You go back to last year when many of us were trapped at home for a long time. We all stopped going out and spending money on services at restaurants, ballparks, movie theaters, concerts, and many of us started ordering more stuff on Amazon, Walmart, and elsewhere, laptops, furniture, clothes, what have you. And so if you look at the nature of the economy, services always dominates the U.S. economy, makes up about 70% of spending. But the goods side of things, goods spending went down for about 4 months.
No, that's key. That's something key that he said. Services make up 70% of the spending here. So that kind of boils back to what I just said about when the dollar fails. If you don't got gold or silver, you want to make sure that you have a commodity, some type of service that you're able to provide, so that way you're able to barter.
They're trying to wrap it around to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all that shit first.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's get through this chart. Actually, is there something else I wanted y'all to see here exactly? We're gonna go on to the next one, y'all. Hold up.
Because all of this shit is gonna wrap around to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, as well as if we could call it the mark of the beast, because he's seeing the original sin. We already know he's speaking biblically, which is going back into the whole agenda. If you don't have the mark of the beast, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell.
That's a big fact right there.
Off the coast of Los Angeles, the reason you're paying more for everyday items and perhaps struggling to find some in the store, a vital parking lot in the Pacific. Container ships, mostly from Asia, stretching across the horizon. To get an up-close view,
now it's the reason why I'm showing y'all.
Off the coast of,
I don't want y'all to be like, damn, we just seen a news video about the cargo ship and he's showing another one. It's a reason for the repetition. All these news channels, they're under the same umbrella. So even though they're reporting the same story, they're going to give you a little bit of information differently than the last news channel, so that way they can have their viewers come in and watch. So basically, you got to connect the dots. You got to go on NBC. You got to go on CNN. You got to go on CBS. You know what I'm saying? If you into this decoding shit, you got to get all the information and figure out where all the dots connect. You feel me? So basically this decoding 101, y'all. So let's get it.
Los Angeles, the reason you're paying more for everyday items and perhaps struggling to find some in the store, a vital parking lot in the Pacific. Container ships, mostly from Asia, stretching across the horizon. To get an up-close view, along with LA Port Police Marine 12. It didn't take long. The radar suddenly filled with ships. That's it right here. They're right outside the outer harbor. 76 ships waiting for up to 10 days each to enter the port of Los Angeles or nearby Long Beach. Everywhere you look, there's a ship just sitting out here in the water, and 500,000 containers. But this is just one component of the stretched global supply.
That's because they got fucking humans in some of them motherfuckers.
You took the words right out my fucking mouth. 500,000 containers. Imagine how many are being used for human trafficking and how many people or babies or children are right now just sitting out there in the fucking container on the water right now, man. That's crazy.
Supply chain that runs from Asian manufacturers across the Pacific to American consumers, now backed up and bottlenecked. Gene Soroka runs the Port of Los Angeles, America's biggest. How many ships a day now are coming in here?
In the last month and a half, we're averaging 18 ships a day.
That's nearly.
This is how they give you a distraction. So you're not asking what's in the containers because they fake like they telling you what's in the containers. No, the fuck they not.
Another thing, let's break down what he just said. He asked them how many containers are coming in right now. He said 18. Right now, I'm gonna leave that for the numerology people up in the chat. Y'all can do the math on that because you know that break down to a supreme number of 9 or whatever. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. What allowed these particular 18 containers priority over these other containers? Y'all think about that.
Right.
What is so special about these particular 18 containers that's able to come through versus all these other ones that are just sitting there? Now, so this, yeah, they said it's not enough truckers and stuff. Okay, cool. We'll give you that one. That kind of makes sense. All right. But like I said, what gives these particular 18 containers or this amount of containers the allowance or the priority to come through and go ahead and be docked, and so they can go where they need to go, y'all. So
double the number that arrived daily before the pandemic. Making matters worse, there aren't enough truck drivers to take the goods from the docks to the nation's stores.
The American importer cannot digest all of this cargo into their domestic supply chains. 50% of all truckers licensed to do business at the ports no longer come here.
Hired away by internet and big chain retailers. It's not just California. New York's ports are also backed up.
So they'll go another way of making money right now for somebody that has the ability to, got a couple dollars, credit might be good, might be able to go to the bank or whatever, you know what I'm saying, get you a truck, put it on the road. They're telling you right there, right now, it's like, hey, it's money out there. So something to think about, somebody trying to get some money. So another thing that was crazy is that a lot of people not doing it because people went down the whole year getting free money, whether it was legitimate or illegitimately through the unemployment shit. You know what I'm saying? And remember during one time when we was doing the Royal Connections, we was telling people how to get different funding for different things. So imagine how many people done got their money and probably made some moves and they probably don't have to do certain things anymore, or they some people just don't want to work no more. You feel me? So it's like this in a lot of areas in the industry, man. And it's not like that by accident. This is designed to usher in the technology age right here. Like they showing, oh, we don't got enough humans to do this. Boom, boom, boom. Now you got Tesla trucks driving, robotic trucks driving and shit like that, man. Like I said, they
see exactly what Royal Watkins is saying too. Do you see that comment right there?
What's that?
Because some of this is about the vaccine too.
Yep.
About them not having enough people to work this shit, to do this shit. They trying to make it seem like one thing don't have anything to do with the other, but it does.
It does. It all ties in. Remember, I just said you got to see where all the dots connect, and that's what we're talking about right there. Royal Watkins. Some ships tipped over. Coincidence? Yeah, exactly. Coincidence.
And leading to a shortage of everything, from electronics to toys to cars and car parts, building materials, clothing, and sending prices higher. A lot of those holiday gifts you're hoping to give right now, stuck sitting out here on the water. The question is whether they're going to.
You see what they doing with that, Queen? Let me hear.
Do you see, Coolie? That just blew my fucking mind that quick. Because they trying to say that that's why everything is going to be on a shortage and that's why the prices are going up. They trying to put into place reason why they're getting ready to raise grocery prices and why there's not going to be any food. I see exactly what the fuck they doing.
That's the play. There you go. And that's why I wanted to play all the videos so it all makes sense, y'all. They showing you like these ships been out here for 3 fucking, man, listen. Okay, so boom. Here's the play. Just like how in 2020 they made us quote unquote quarantine, and they shut the whole country down, a whoop de whoop, right?
If they was doing shit, they didn't want nobody to see.
Hold on, but it was curation. It was like the puppet masters playing their part, like trying to see what they can do, right? So now they see, okay, people not jumping on the jab like we want them to. And Biden done even said it to us. Is like, we are fed up. You get what I remember we showed that video?
Yeah, we've been patient.
We've been patient. So now we finna hold y'all the shit y'all love and enjoy. It's finna sit out here on the water. We ain't gonna let it come in, and we gonna figure out how we can make y'all come get this jab so everything can flow freely. You feel me?
Yep.
Let's get to the next video.
Your local store in time for the holidays.
So the books
well, let's finish him
showing
out.
up in time or showing up one at a time would affect us greatly.
Ashley Kristoff owns Serendipity and Muse House Retreats gift shops in Studio City, now hoping her orders arrive in time for the holidays.
What we were being quoted was 4 to 6 weeks turnaround time, but some of the orders that I had placed earlier in the year, I still have yet to see.
Her own supply chain.
Now they trying to show you how it affect your business. Like you think, oh, small business, whoop. Nah, it ain't no escape. We want to affect you too.
Now backed up into the Pacific. Yeah, so the bottom line here, according to the experts, if you're thinking about holiday gifts, you should start probably ordering now. Don't wait till Thanksgiving. Don't wait to run up to Christmas and Hanukkah. Order now.
There go your propaganda.
Yep.
Spend your money now. Don't prep.
Right.
Don't stockpile. You know what I'm saying? Don't use your money for shit that's really important right now, because stuff is really going on. No, let's keep the system. Let's keep the matrix going. Ignore the glitch. You feel me?
Just like Fauci when he told everybody, stop telling people to raise the immune system. Why? That's how you fight this shit, ain't it?
Exactly. That's like the most ignorant shit you can say in any type of political position.
Period.
Now, because there may not be enough when it actually comes time for the holidays. They may be stuck right out there. Guys, back to you.
You know, Tom, that was a fascinating first-hand look there. Really quickly, how long do experts think this is going to go on?
Yeah, the director of the Port of Los Angeles thinks this is going to extend well into next year, maybe into the second or third quarter. And oh, by the way, this is a sign of how well the economy is doing, right? Consumer demand is exploding.
So there go your length of time, how long you need to think about how you should be prepping, because he just told you it's going to go well into next year, into the first, second or third quarter. So that means it's down there going to go into fall, because quarters to them mean every 3 months. It's a fiscal year or whatever, like a financial year. Like it's all business. We not in the country. We're in a big ass business, a big ass corporation. You feel me, y'all?
Coolie, they always throw some shit in there like that. Do you remember when Bill Gates said a few months ago, we may not ever get back to normalcy until everybody takes the vaccine? Like, what gives these people, they sit these kind of people in so they could like plant the seed, if you will, on the bullshit. Yes.
Yep, because this is all scripted, y'all. At the end of the day, this is Hollywood.
There you go.
This is Hollywood. The CIA, them boys, I don't want to say the wrong thing and stuff, so we don't get. But them alphabet boys, y'all know who it is. They control they control the industry. All scripts, all the news that's being reported, anything that's going out to the masses gets filtered out. It's gatekeepers. You feel me? And they make sure that information, the right information is being pushed out into the masses. So anything that's coming out through the screens, unless it's like this type of content that's being created, like what Queen makes on her platform, it's like you gotta question it. You gotta know, like, hey, this is a movie being presented to me right now.
Yep. Yes. So good.
And I need to be on point. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right.
I love you said the movies, because that's exactly what the fuck it is.
It is.
They're all actors.
It's full-fledged. We in the movie, y'all, for real. All right. Let's see. All right, this is the last one of these shipping containers.
Shipping slowdowns are happening everywhere.
We are all connected. So if one major port goes down, it literally impacts the whole sum of all the parts.
The Ever Given, which clogged up the super important Suez Canal back in March of 2021, was the canary in the coal mine for recent global trade slowdowns. But before this calamity, disruptions from the COVID-19 pandemic hit port after port, with the aftershocks hitting the consumer market.
There's a scarcity of capacity of ships. There's a scarcity of empty containers, which we have never seen before.
The container ships that travel between the world's major ports are a marvel of engineering.
90% of...
You heard what he said, Queen?
Which part?
There's a scarcity of empty containers that we never seen before.
How the fuck is that?
Could it be that I was finna say individuals. I didn't want to use that word, but that's what came out. But could it be that the individuals or the content considered as content has already been removed before that?
Okay, because I was about to say, how the fuck is that? Because we know that there's mad shit in them and there's mad people in them. Trafficking is done with them. So, okay. What's in the water? And again, where are the Haitians? I'm going to just keep saying that.
We finna take a quick, like, what they call that shit when you go off topic real quick?
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
What's the...
I want to know, where is the Haitians at? Why is everything quiet about the Haitians now? There's more than 50,000 that's over here. What's going on? I'm confused.
So remember I showed you the Black Widow movie? We was talking about the Luciferese.
Mm-hmm.
And I just told you, we just said something about, hold on. I want to see if this is the beginning. Because I want to show y'all something that just triggered on that one part. Y'all bear with me.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So we talking about the empty containers.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking about how they, maneuver their product. I want to go through this slow. And like I said, we use this movie. So we told you that this movie is about like Project Paperclip or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I broke it down at the beginning to you how they showed you the girl doing the Nazi salute and how they had the little black girl swinging or hanging from the tree.
Yes.
So these particular girls, they're being trained. This is like MK Ultra, they're MK Ultra puppets or whatever. And so he was their like spy father or whatever. And so now they cover got blown. So now they going back into the little camp where they go train them. So you seen they got drugged and they take them off. They showing you how they do this shit.
Wow, but that was in my dream. I seen it. They take them and put them in
look,
semis.
hold on. Queen, hold on. Did y'all just see that? Look at that. Y'all see the shipping containers?
Yes.
And what they doing?
Semis.
They emptying it out in the middle of the night or early in the morning before the workers actually come in and work it. Look, they emptying out. You see, I don't want to, but that look what they doing. And it's, hold on, I want to pause it at a certain part.
It's funny they put the Black Widow right there, ain't it?
Now look, this is a representation of special forces, black ops. You get what I'm saying? Like, these the ones that go do these missions that the government tell them to do, and these they pretty much get killed at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't leak no secrets. But this is shipping containers right here. This is why the shit get empty.
They use the shipping containers, they use the semis, and then they use cargo planes. And when I seen it in my dream on a cargo plane, they were all sedated.
So that's why they see he's seeing what he see. And I know that was off topic, but we're gonna get back on topic. That was just to reinforce
shipping slowdowns are
the
happening
possibility.
everywhere.
We are all connected. So if one major port goes down, it literally impacts the whole sum of all the parts.
The Ever Given, which clogged up the super important Suez Canal back in March of 2021, was the canary in the coal mine for recent global trade slowdowns. But before this calamity, disruptions from the COVID-19 pandemic hit port after port, with the aftershocks hitting the consumer market.
There's a scarcity of capacity of ships. There's a scarcity of empty containers, which we have never seen before.
The container ships that travel between the world's major ports are a marvel of engineering.
90% of world trade moves on water.
In 2019, 11.1 billion tons of goods were moved across the world's oceans. And according to the World Shipping Council, the liner industry moves more than $4 trillion in goods annually. These vessels depend on people to get them from A to B and the complex logistics systems that make up the global trade network. But what happens when things don't go according to plan? Container ships are a relatively recent innovation. In the late 1950s, the concept of a standardized container being loaded onto a ship was revolutionary. These containers could be offloaded onto freight trains or long-haul trucks, and goods could be efficiently shipped to where they were needed all around the globe. Container ships went from being an American innovation to being dominated by international companies, and the ships themselves grew in size. Container ships get ranked by 20-foot equivalent units, or TEUs. One TEU roughly measures out to the size of a shipping container, about 20 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 8 feet tall. This helps measure how many containers a ship can hold. The earliest container ships held only 58 containers. The largest operating today can hold about 23,964. Now some are asking, are container ships getting too big?
The problem is we have seen with these mega vessels and the piling of containers, we have lost hundreds of containers in the past year. And they've fallen into the ocean just because they're very big. And you know, if you're on a big ship, you're stacked to the brim, you hit a really big wave or there's turbulence in the water, so to speak. We have seen accidents in that way. So that's why a lot of people are kind of questioning, do we go with these mega ships or do we go with something that maybe is 12,000 TEUs or 12,000 containers versus the 20,000?
There are around 5,446 active container ships worldwide that are fully cellular, which can move around 25 million TEUs. A fully cellular container ship is one that is efficiently organized to haul containers. This means that in the global shipping industry, there are thousands of possible points of failure that slow down the system.
We are, of course, not very happy with the situation. You could say you can be happy because you're profitable. And this is the first time since many years, since a decade, when the container industry really burned billions of dollars. And now this is a profitable year for sure. But of course, schedule reliability is pretty much down. Quality is pretty much down. You know, consumers and our customers are annoyed because, you know, there are huge delays. Cargo is piling up at the ports. There's no capacity. Rates are going up. So It is a very, very challenging and difficult situation for everybody in this industry.
The container ship industry went through a series of mergers in the last decade that led to the consolidation of the major container ship companies. Hapag-Lloyd bought 2 firms, Maersk another, and China's COSCO also made several moves that included a merger and buying another company, OOCL, for a reported $6.3 billion. The companies that remained after these mergers also joined a series of alliances to help keep costs down.
You hear what he said? It's a series of alliances.
Yes, right. Because that's all it is. They all are together. They know exactly what's going on.
Exactly. And then they showing you the monopolization. Like, even though it's 3 companies here, it's still one umbrella.
That's
so
right.
this is how they funnel their money. This is how you avoid tax cuts. This is how you do money laundering and shit like that from right here, creating companies, shells, and then boom. But it's still the person at the top where you see consolidation.
That she said monopoly, period.
Yeah. The person that's the consolidation is somebody doing the consolidate. You know what I'm saying? So,
Another factor, political conditions.
another thing, man, it sucks because they reinforce this right here to us, this map in the background. That's why I stopped it the first time. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy how they reinforce this. And then, like, even if a person like that doesn't think that flat earth is impossible, I'm gonna show you something real quick, even with this map they're using. Hold up, y'all. Where's that? Here we go. You see these lines, these grid lines or whatever? They curve them, to try to kind of like play with your mind, like, oh, because the world is a globe or whatever. But really, these are like, since we talking about ships right now, or even airplanes, these are jet streams. This is like they showing you, like, even though they showing you that's their route, but this is the way they're able to go because there's natural jet streams through the ocean, like where the currents that create the waves and shit like that. Even the air, you know what I'm saying? The air does the same thing. It creates what it call airflow. Just like how cold air can push down to the south, and that's how we get our winters, and then it pushes through the mountains. But that's all on a plane. Like, this is a plane, and even when you do go on an airplane, it goes against the plane. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they do direct routes. Just like how you see these lines, these like are the type of routes that the airplane takes across the plane. But I don't know, that's just something for y'all to soak in. That was just a random
double funding, double traveling, different reasons to do certain shit.
Yep.
Industry operates.
Well, this story really dates back 3 years ago to the introduction of
Can I say something real quick too, Coolie, about that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That thing you just showed with the Microscopic and like Costco, like they put those names up here and they kind of go over our head, but these are the companies that we actively use every fucking day.
Yes.
You know, and we don't even know it because they own so much shit, and we're supporting so much things, so many things, without even realizing what we're supporting, because our money goes to fund human trafficking and shit because we don't know.
Yep.
I hate to say it that way. I just want to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, but that's a fact though, man, and that's what's sad, because it's just like how Coke got Dasani, Coke, Sprite, Tropicana. It's different, you know what I'm saying? Just different products, but Coke is 9 times out of 10 owned by Costco.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how all that stuff just kind of trickle down and correlate to each other. I say connect the dots, y'all.
Political conditions can change how the industry operates.
Well, this story really dates back 3 years ago to the introduction of our trade policy and tariffs under Section 232 and 301. We've seen a very choppy supply chain ever since. Imports were brought in being mindful of new tariff milestones, so we would have rushes of cargo and then a little bit of a lull.
We saw this phenomenon called front loading. And that was a big catchphrase that we heard throughout 2019. And what that essentially was all the retailers knew when the deadline was when they would start paying these tariffs. So what they did was they started bringing in tremendous volumes of product that they did not need, but they wanted to get it into the United States before the tariff hit. So what happened was you had all these containers coming in, which actually crippled the ports because there are not enough people to process all of those containers.
Then as we got into COVID-19's environment, we saw cargo plummet by nearly 20% in the first 5 months of last year. And then the American consumer developed a buying surge, the likes of which we've never seen here in the United States.
Now, I tell y'all, they study you. They want to know about you. Listen to what he said. He giving you statistics based off of like, damn, in 2020, it's crazy how officially it's COVID. It's the COVID year. When really like 2020, it means clarity. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's what it means. Cause like anybody asks about your vision, you be like, oh, I got 20/20 vision. You know what I'm saying? You got good hindsight, you got good sight. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy how 2020 got the asterisk of COVID along with it when 2020 actually was an elevation. You know what I'm saying? Like a different frequency came amongst the planet, and it's just crazy how it's just been COVID.
Yep. Yes, no lies.
Yeah.
And during this surge in demand, a critical canal was paralyzed, creating a cascade of delays in container delivery.
And so what happens is you have what's called the sail effect. So the higher that you go, if you have a big wind gust, it can physically move the vessel. And because the Ever Given was so large, it's not like when you're in your car and you turn the wheel and you immediately can go left or right. It takes a few minutes for a vessel to react to the way that you're moving.
When the Ever Given was stuck in the Suez Canal, shipping companies had to make the hard choice of staying in line at the Suez or taking much longer routes to destinations.
The Suez Canal for us was a pretty unique incident because for more than 20 years, basically nothing big happened like that. It was the very first time from our alliance partners, we decided to have 6 ships going via the Cape of Good Hope, just to save the time, the waiting time. But of course, this is more costly. You burn more fuel. It takes 1 week longer. So we decided to stay in the queue. And I think we had out of these 300 ships, 9 of them were from Hapag-Lloyd.
Companies rely on just-in-time logistics to get consumers' products at low prices. But when something like the Suez blockage happens, delivery of key items built for sale and as raw materials for manufacturing are delayed. When COVID-19 kicked off, there were warning signs in the trade market.
So when you look at trade, it really is almost common sense. Trade takes people. So what we're seeing now with the NTN and what we saw at the pandemic, things had to shut down. And what happened? No one was making product. Product couldn't move onto vessels. And then we had this tremendous surge of volume that we're still seeing today.
Fewer workers mean slower loading and unloading of ships. Those on ships have to worry about crew members becoming infected with COVID-19, which has led to ships being...
There you go, Queen. There you go, right there, y'all. There go the dot. There go the tie-in.
More ships quarantine as ports continue fight against COVID-19.
So basically, if you heard what he said, the workers, they're saying the longshoremen or whatever they call the people that work at the docks, they're basically saying they're scared of COVID, so they want protection, which in reality, what that is saying, like they want to be paid more money. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's like a tactic a union could really use, because realistically, since you're saying that this is out here and yet I'm an essential worker, then I need to be paid an essential worker's wage. You get what I'm saying? But here's the flip side to it. In order to get this essential worker's wage, you got to take our jab. You feel me? So it's just crazy. Like he'll go to tie-in, y'all. They just like we said on the last pause a couple minutes ago, Biden showed it. What Biden said, Queen?
We've been patient.
For
what, motherfucker?
Here you go.
In quarantine numerous times in the last year. The virus concern could lead to even more automation of container ships. But ports still rely on people to get containers pointed in the right direction. As the vaccination rate increases, these slowdowns should decrease, but new variants could cause unexpected disruptions.
What we are watching very closely now is the recent outbreak of COVID-19 in South China at some of its major ports around the Pearl River Delta.
He said they're watching for an outbreak, so they let you know, like, man, we gonna try to get this another spin because we got a little bit of success. So you know what I'm saying? We finna hit you with another wave, and it's supposed to come from China again. So
yeah, it's gonna come around probably about the first 2 weeks of November.
Yeah, and
when they see everybody don't take the vaccine. You know, because everybody got to have that shit for their jobs around the end of October. So when people are not getting it, what they're going to do, they're going to hit you with another wave. They just waiting on it.
Exactly. And then, what a coincidence, crazy coincidence. It's a boat sailing against the plane of water. And it's crazy how the horizon line, I don't know if y'all can see this back here can you see where my arrow going, Queen? Under the sentence, another ship in crisis. So back here is your horizon line, right? It's crazy how the horizon line is straight exactly with this white line right here, this graphic. If y'all see that, but you know what I mean? That's just a conspiracy Coolie theory right there or whatever, you know, because who says the world is flat around? You know what I'm saying? Who really been out there?
About one from here to Los Angeles begin in South China's region.
They had some COVID infections which were not expected. They basically closed down a very important part of the port. They have a daily throughput.
Hold on. Lena Miles said in the comments, use your EBT on Amazon. They sell bulk size bigger than big box stores. Man, I ain't know you can use your EBT on Amazon. What the fuck?
I didn't either.
Damn, that's crazy.
You can? Wow.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
40,000 containers, and if you know the port like this is down or partly down, you know, this has a huge.
All right, I ain't gonna drag y'all out with this one. I feel like y'all get the gist of this one.
Is responsible for two.
If y'all want to watch it, they'll go to the title of it right there, the Global Container Ship Traffic Jam. It's a CNBC whatever presentation, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Appreciate y'all, CNBC. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we're getting into the mental health portion of it, because what we were talking about, sad, that seasonal depression, Queen. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people get that sad depression around this time of the year. You know what I'm saying, during the holidays and stuff like that. Some people get it all times of the year, but you know, a lot of people do get it towards this time of year, based off of what I had read. That doesn't have particularly anything to do with this particular video here, The reason why I said all that just to segue into this, because like I said, we want to keep the mental health theme going within our hood news, so that way we can have self-care. It's like, yeah, watching all that and telling y'all to stockpile and stuff. Like we're not promoting fear mongering or anything like that. We just want you to be aware, think sharp, you know what I'm saying, and don't get caught out here lacking. You feel me? Like, like I said, the warnings are out here, so it's up to you. Everybody got a choice. Like, and I don't say nothing to y'all that I don't really like. I'm not saying to myself or what I don't have to apply to myself. And I always tell y'all, like, this is an open classroom. We all here learning. Like, no one person here is better than the other. We're just sharing information. We building, like they say, iron sharpening iron. You feel me? So we just building off of each other and making sure that we all don't be bamboozled. And in the midst of that, we got to make sure that we take care of ourselves. Our mental state do have to be on point in order for you to be sharp and be aware of the stuff that's targeted at you. Because remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritual war we're against right now. You know what I'm saying? World War III is spiritual and physical, y'all. So
like we keep saying, they've been waiting on this mark of the beast for up 10 years, and they all have taken it.
Man, since 2000, Y2K.
No, Y2K.
Since Y2K.
Period.
Since 2000, they tried to usher in the damn chip, and they just finally got the technology that's capable, which we're going to show after we go through the mental health portion of hood news. But right now, we're going to talk about the 7 signs you may be emotionally wounded. So let's get into it. It's a short video, y'all. Less than 5 minutes, or it is 5 minutes.
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to another video. Before we start, we would like to say thank you so much for all of the love and support that you've given us. Psych2Go's mission is to make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone. Now, let's begin. Have you had an experience that left you wounded in the heart? Does the memory of it still hurt you today? If so, you may be emotionally wounded. Emotional wounds are essentially emotional or psychological trauma, and the effects of these can be damaging to your physical and mental well-being. They can encompass many experiences such as heartbreak, emotional abuse, betrayal, and more. So, here are 7 signs you may be emotionally wounded. Number 1, you get flashbacks. Did you know that many people who have gone through an emotionally traumatic event experience flashbacks afterwards? And there are actually 2 types of flashbacks you might experience: explicit and implicit. Explicit flashbacks are more memory-based and describe the feeling where you find yourself reliving the event all over again. On the other hand, implicit flashbacks are driven more by emotions and feel like an unexplained overreaction or outburst to an emotional trigger. Number 2, you have low self-esteem. Emotional wounds hurt and may make you doubt your self-worth. According to therapist Tracy Hutchinson, it's common for these emotional wounds to involve verbal abuse and insult. Therefore, you may look back at those events and feel small, worthless, or ashamed. Your mind may be processing the event by tearing your self-esteem down to rationalize what happened to you. However, with proper healing, you may be able to process your emotional wounds in a way that doesn't cause you to question your confidence or self-worth. Number 3, you have trouble controlling your emotions. You find yourself getting angry over small things and lashing out unexpectedly? Do you have a hard time quieting your mind at night? These could be signs of an emotional wound, since emotional wounds can make it really hard to regain control over the emotions that have been damaged. According to psychologist Melanie Greenberg from Psychology Today, emotional wounds often damage the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, which are 2 brain areas heavily responsible for emotional regulation. Number 4, you find yourself emotionally eating. Do you ever find yourself mindlessly eating sometimes? Emotional eating is common during times of stress, pain, and discomfort. This may be because food releases a feel-good chemical in the brain called dopamine. Emotionally eating may give you a sense of control or distract you from your past. However, it's important to recognize this in yourself because emotional eating can lead to a variety of eating disorders that can be harmful to your body. Number 5, you have a chaotic sleep schedule. Have you had trouble falling asleep or problem sleeping too much? You wake up at random times late at night? All of this chaos surrounding yourself could be ineffective emotional wounds, since trauma can impact your sleep in a number of negative ways. You may experience nightmares or experience anxiety at night when your adrenaline may be keeping you alert and awake when you should be sleeping. Number 6, you have a heavy heart. Do you sometimes feel sad out of the blue? Have you found yourself crying easily over the littlest of things? Another major sign of an emotional wound is extreme sadness. Extreme sadness is hard to bear, and if it goes on for a long time, it may lead to emotional numbness, where you suddenly go from feeling a lot of emotions to feeling absolutely nothing at all. Both of these options are difficult to deal with, and could very well be signs of an emotional wound. And number 7, you feel the most secure by yourself. Does spending time alone make you feel the calmest and the safest? Emotional wounds can bring about trust issues and make it hard to feel secure around other people. This may cause you to avoid social events, spend a lot of time alone, and even begin to isolate yourself. Although you may feel best alone at the moment, remember that social isolation can cause so many other forms of damage to your emotional well-being. Do you think you're suffering from an emotional wound? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and share this video with those who might benefit from it too. And subscribe to Psych2Go for more content. The references...
What you think about that, Queen?
I think it was deep. I was watching everybody's comments, and I was
Me
just telling Jamila, like, damn, me and Jamila was just talking about this not even an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like how we carry it, we keep it, we don't even know that we keep unpacking it, looking at it, you know, then we pack it back, don't want to let it go. Like, it is a fucking lot.
It is.
We have no idea we're suffering in that. You know, let me say this, Coolie, because men suffer in this too, and it's hard for them to say that shit.
No, we do. It's crazy you said that, because when this video stopped, I was like, man, I wanted to let y'all know the reason why I chose these particular videos, because they resonated with me. Like, I found like I could relate to certain things in this video, and I knew if I could relate, you know what I mean, I damn sure knew other people can relate. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these videos, you know, everything I share with y'all, the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Our spirit lets me know, like, it God's the creator, you know what I'm saying? God my steps with this with y'all. You feel me? Like, I'm just like a regular person like y'all, man. So I just want y'all to know that's why this video is being shared with y'all.
As studies used,
I relate to it just as much as you may relate to it. Cause like Queen said, I see everybody in the comments. Somebody said, like, damn, they ain't have to call me out like that.
Yeah, I think that's the gentleman too. Like,
yeah, that was funny to me. But yeah, it's like I say, man, this is an open classroom, man. There's no judgment here. You feel me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, let's go to the next. All right, now here's the back end of that. 7 signs you are afraid of intimacy. Because
girl, why the fuck is he putting this up? What
so,
are you doing? You reading today, Coolie? What the fuck?
Hey man, I'm just here to be used. Pause.
Hey there, Psych2Go fans. Welcome back to another Psych2Go video. Here's to another year of making psychology more fathomable and accessible. So let's begin. Isn't finding love and happiness often considered the pinnacle of life goals? And don't we all hold personal relationships as the key to achieving this goal? In fact, research supports that the most important determinant for a person's happiness is the quality of their relationships. We spend years trying to figure out where our hearts belong, and when we finally know the answer, we sometimes can't help but run away in fear. To be emotionally vulnerable with someone isn't for the faint of heart. Having a fear of intimacy is perfectly understandable, especially if you have a history of failed relationships and emotionally distant or absentee parents. It leads us to pushing away those we love most, often without meaning to. We constantly doubt the stability and security of our relationships. We waste so much time stewing in indecision that we miss our chance to be with them. With that said, here are 7 telltale signs you may be suffering from a fear of intimacy. 1. You're afraid of abandonment. Oftentimes, a fear of intimacy stems from a deep-seated and unresolved fear of abandonment. Those who grew up with neglectful parents and have an anxious avoidant attachment style are most likely to develop this fear. With this fear at the back of your mind, you learn to adopt a positive view of yourself, but a negative view of others, thinking the only person I can ever truly count on is myself. You think that it's always better to leave before you're the one who's left behind, and so you're reluctant to let people in and struggle with long-term commitment. 2. You're fiercely independent. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being independent. Of course, it's good to be competent, knowledgeable, and self-sufficient, but you should also know how to ask for help when you need it. If you're too independent, you will try to do everything on your own because you take pride in never needing anything from anyone. In a lot of ways, it's what makes you feel in control of your own life and enables you to keep your emotional distance from people by never allowing yourself to depend on them or need them. You are feeding your fear of intimacy by making...
Damn. So imagine Beyonce telling y'all that she independent. Like, it ain't no shot at the women. I'm basically, because I always say that it be the message in the music, and the music is what shifts the thought process within our community. And I don't know if you heard what she just said about being independent, and it ain't just for women, it's for men too. But it's just that just stuck out to me that I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit so y'all can catch it again.
I'm trying to catch what Small Monica said. I'm trying to understand what that means.
That's exactly what I'm going through. Sex, I thought something was wrong with me. Coolie, I'm crying. No, shaking my head. And I guess I'll be homeless because after 2 months, I don't know how I'm going to. What? He was everywhere. Right. Monica, you everywhere right now, man. You need to tap into one of them lines at the end of this video. Yeah. We joke, we laugh and we giggle, but no, for real, you got something going on. Like it's like it's sort resources out there. You feel me? So hold on, but let me rewind this a little bit.
And enables you to keep your emotional distance from people by never allowing yourself. In a lot of ways, it's what makes you feel in control and never needing anything from anyone.
My bad, y'all.
In a lot of ways, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being independent. Of course, it's good to be competent, knowledgeable, and self-sufficient, but you should also know how to ask for help when you need it. If you're too independent, you will try to do everything on your own because you take pride in never needing anything from anyone.
So it's like, you hear what she said, you take pride in that. You feel me? So the fact that the pride is there when you really need the help, you got too much pride to even ask for help.
Yep. And I see that a lot in my sessions with people.
Yeah, and just to appease the ego of self. You feel me? Like what they say, pride coming before the fall or something like that. Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's what makes you feel in control of your own life and enables you to keep your emotional distance from people.
They say that's what allow you to be in control of your own life. So yeah, exactly. So from the perspective of a woman, like because that's why I always lead off. I don't want nobody to ever feel like I'm a woman basher or none of that like that, because it's a lot of like cancel culture going on. If you say the wrong sentence, you get what I'm saying? But I'm real, I'm raw, you know what I'm saying? And I like to point out shit. And this the thing, the reason why I say I gear out and point out things amongst the women, especially black women, because like I say, y'all control this shit. Y'all are the goddess of the earth. Like straight up, all creation come through y'all. You cannot come into this dimension onto this realm unless it come through the vagina. So it's just like this what it is. And so the powers that be, they quote unquote, they want to make sure that they cause disruption, chaos. They want to make sure that you don't reach your God level, your goddess level within. You know what I'm saying?
Come
So
on,
that way,
Coolie.
like think about it. When you go like 9 times out of 10, the first thing a lot of women they say, "Oh, I got a lot of male friends. I don't get along with females." Why is that? You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why they want that division amongst y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like they have. That's why they push the whole like mean girls mentality, like the where like, they talk down on
I
like
was just thinking that the other day.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the reason why they got these messages out there, because they want division amongst you women. Because like we
find it in genomes all the time.
Exactly. So this why this particularly stuck out to me about independence, because right now it is a lot of women that like they on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Women's on their shit. And if you ain't got your shit together, man, they is not fucking with you.
You got your shit together, Coolie?
I damn sure do. I still always can work on more, but hey, man, I know shit. I got my own crib. I got my own whip. I got a good job. I got hustles going on. Shit, I'm doing way better than that nigga that's sleeping on the pallet at his grandma's house right now. You feel me?
Okay,
so,
that part.
But nah, for real though. But then that's the thing, right? Take me, but I'm just quote unquote average. Now the mindset.
So cool.
No, I'm just saying, like quote unquote, just follow where I'm going. Because like I said, the mindset is set amongst the frequency of the music and the shows that you see. So now our black women, our culture, we see Real Housewives of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? We see the fancy lifestyle. You feel me? Like what they do in Atlanta and shit. So now some women thrive for that. Not saying that's what's going on in the chat. We talking about the majority right now, y'all. So just follow me. They thriving for that mentality, like that mentality set. Like, hey, I want the nicest bag. I want to hit the private jets. I want to be able to hit these destinations, travel. I want the surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this life. I want to live like a stripper, but I want to be a housewife. You feel me? Like it's just. And so basically, damn, I had lost because something else was beaming in while I was giving y'all this information. So basically, what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, y'all run this shit and don't be bamboozled, y'all. Y'all embrace each other. Like, y'all real deal embrace each other. Because think about it. If all the black women or all women of color, all women of color just link up and power up, man, just imagine. That's all I can say. Just imagine, y'all, versus just hating those, oh, we fucked up. Oh, that's last year's motto. But that's what I was getting at. So boom, the mindset is set. Like, this is what they want. So boom, they want a man that provide that. So now they see, they see these rappers, all they got is big racks in their hands, racks, big dumbass chains and shit like that. Cause look, now niggas think, that's the starter kit. I got to get my chains. As long as I got like my savings account in my pocket, I at least be able to catfish her with that. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I get a Benz. It may not be the newest Benz, but shit, let me get a Benz because at least I'm sliding foreign. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the initial mindset, because what they teach you in rap is money, cars, and clothes. You know what I'm saying? Money, cars, and clothes, and that shit bring in all the hoes. Straight up. in that order. So we gotta just break down that formula, because that's like part of like how we say the Willie Lynch syndrome. That's the hip hop syndrome. That's
what they
being
think success is.
Exactly, and that's been planted in our head since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Since 85, since NWA came on the scene. You feel me? That's
why
when
Drake had the big payday off that song, because he set that shit right on out. Then
Yep. All right, let's finish this video, y'all.
Let's go.
Never allowing yourself to depend on them or need them. You are feeding your fear of intimacy by making sure you never have to succumb to having others fulfill your needs. Your independence gives you freedom by keeping everyone at arm's length. 3. You always fall for the wrong ones. Do you have a history of falling in love with all the wrong guys or girls? Do you find yourself attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable or distant in some way, or maybe abusive, rude, or unfaithful to you? Picking unhealthy partners is a common characteristic seen in those who have a fear of intimacy, because it allows them to avoid getting too close to a person, or ever having a stable or secure future with them. You might find damaged, aloof, or complicated people more appealing because you want to avoid intimacy, and thus end up rejecting the ones who are actually more sincere to commit. 4. You tend to be flaky. Being flaky means to be inconsistent in our behavior towards others. So when people get too close to you, your first instinct is to push people away. Do you sometimes ghost your friends after spending a lot of quality time with them? Have you ever opened up to your partner about something deep and personal, then stopped calling and talking to them for a few days? These behaviors show that having an honest emotional connection with someone scares you. So you try to keep your distance and stop yourself from getting too attached to them. Since they have come too close for your comfort, you run in the opposite direction to nullify any budding connection and to keep yourself from getting hurt. 5. You're a perfectionist. It's normal to want the people you love to think well of you, but you shouldn't try to show them the perfect version of yourself only all the time. If you're a perfectionist, chances are you'll have a hard time letting others see your shortcomings and your flaws. You're afraid you'll be rejected because of them, or maybe you don't even want to admit to yourself that you have them. You tend to intimidate people by always putting up a perfect front, making others reluctant to approach you as they find it hard to match your level. This facade keeps everyone at bay, but it's important that you learn how to be open and vulnerable with the people you care about, and that you trust them enough to let them see your flaws.
That's why they say you got to go on multiple dates with people, because everybody put their best foot forward. You feel me?
Yes, they do. Yes,
everybody do that.
6. You're a workaholic. When you're practically married to your job, it barely leaves room in your life for any kind of relationship whatsoever. Maybe you're pouring so much of yourself into your job because you want to deflect your focus away from your personal issues and avoid having to confront them. You use your job and how you're too busy doing it as an excuse for not being able to form or maintain healthy and lasting relationships. People who are afraid of intimacy often throw themselves into their work to avoid having to commit to something serious. So if you're a workaholic, ask yourself if this is the reason why. 7. You sabotage your relationships. It goes without saying, of course, that people who are afraid of intimacy will often sabotage their own relationships. This is why having this kind of fear can be so destructive, because it robs you of the opportunity to have happy, stable, and functional relationships. You may be doing it unknowingly, by failing to communicate well, or not expressing your feelings to others, or you might be deliberately doing things you know could hurt or upset the ones you love. In fact, studies show that people who cheat on their partners often do so because they have a fear of intimacy. While it's easy to see why being afraid of intimacy and commitment can keep us from being happy, it's harder to change when we're already so set in our ways. Painful memories, messy breakups, and unhappy early childhood experiences can leave us with a lot of emotional baggage. We'll likely have to work through for years to come, but it doesn't always have to be that way. There's no need to let these negative experiences define you and keep haunting you for the rest of your life. With diligence and support, You have the power to overcome your fear of intimacy and commit to a healthy, emotionally fulfilling relationship. The first step, however, is to simply recognize the signs. Did you find yourself nodding along to any of these signs? If so, are you ready to commit to breaking the vicious cycle now that you realize how truly damaging it could be? Did these points clarify the reasons for your fear? Do let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to share with those who might benefit from this video.
Man, let me say something.
Thank you so much for
Say it, girl.
Let me say this shit.
Say
if
it.
Anybody, it is over almost 700 people on here. If anybody is saying they don't recognize some of these traits in them, you are fucking lying. Your relationships are all fucking poor and bad. Because you don't believe shit stink because you can't admit to yourself who the fuck you are. So if you saying that you don't recognize none of these traits, you are the narcissist in the relationship and you are fucked up.
Yeah, you are in hella denial.
Hella denial.
Don't be delusional.
I'm like 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers I know for sure.
Yeah, like be real, like because as soon as you hear it, it make you go ooh, like damn, damn.
Ooh.
All right, we got one more. No, we got 2 more, and they're 2 short ones. So let's say you get past your intimacy problem after you realize you've been emotionally wounded and you did all that healing. Now, here are signs of the type of hugs and what they mean, guys.
Hey, Psych2Goers, thank you so much for your support. Have you ever wondered why you hug other people? What does this display of affection mean exactly? Well, according to psychology, you hug others because you need to. You hug people to help alleviate distress, to feel less alone, to share your love and joy with others, and to let those around you know that they matter to you. Carol Miller once said, "Hugs are the truest form of giving and receiving." With that said, these are 6 of the most common types of hugs and what each of them mean.
Hugs are the truest form of giving and receiving. And basically what happens is it's a transfer of energy. You get what I'm saying? Like
I never know what to do with my damn face when I hug people though.
don't
fucking serious, Coolie.
Yeah, but some people need the hugs because some people like are able to like some people need to get off their energy, you know what I'm saying? And some people are definitely able to take on that energy. You get what I'm saying? Because they're able to cleanse off. They know they've done the proper work to know how to cleanse themselves of like imbalanced energy or negative energy or what have you.
I love that.
Number 1, the side hug. A side hug expresses friendliness, warmth, and kindness.
AKA the church
hug. A side hug is when you put an arm around another person's shoulders rather than wrapping both arms around them in a full contact.
They said the side hug. I said AKA the church hug.
And that's exactly what it is.
Hug. Also called the buddy hug. The side hug is often shared between casual friends and acquaintances in greeting. It is meant to convey friendliness that has not yet bloomed into intimacy. This is an appropriate display of affection for when you aren't very close to someone.
That's my favorite hug.
By keeping the other person at arm's length, you are subconsciously...
What, the side hug or the handshake?
Yes. No, the favorite is the side hug. I can just lean in and let it go.
Like make it quick.
Make it quick.
At an emotional distance. However, choosing a side hug doesn't mean you feel cold and insincere towards them, but that you're being shy, friendly, and polite. Number 2, the flirty hug. What's a flirty hug, you ask? Well, it's when you have a full frontal body contact hug. With both your arms around.
Yeah, and you grab that ass.
You might place their hand or down your arms. They may even start playing with your hair. Ooh la la. A flirty hug is meant to convey romantic attraction. It tells you that the other person likes you and has feelings for you, even if they can't verbally express it. This type of hug is affectionate, intimate, and sweet. It's a definite sign that the other person is attracted to you and wants to be more than just friends. Number 3, the long hug. Did you know that most hugs are brief, lasting only between 5 and 10 seconds? A long hug that lasts at least 20 seconds triggers the release of oxytocin, the love hormone, in your brain. When you get a long hug from a friend, family member, or a loved one, it's more comforting, loving, and warm. Whether it's because you haven't seen them in a long while, or you're patching things up after a fight, or you just really miss them, a long hug conveys that you love them and want to be there for them. Number 4, the romantic hug. Similar to the flirty hug, the romantic hug also conveys feelings of attachment and romantic attraction, but is more so about love rather than desire or passion. While the flirty hug is shared between people you hope to pursue a relationship with, the romantic hug is often shared between couples who've been dating for a while and are more familiar and intimate with each other. A romantic hug is when both people pull each other close by the waist and look deep into each other's eyes, with arms wrapped tight around each other, and their foreheads are pressed together. This pose intimacy.
Never do that shit to me.
Number 5.
That's called missionary. That's hunching.
Never do that shit to me while we standing up, please.
I know hunching when I hear it. That's hunching.
Okay, period. Period.
That's why I only do flirty, long, romantic hugs. So that's what I'm on.
We grabbing the ass.
Grabbing that ass.
Bear hug. If you've ever had a best friend or rowdy sibling, then you already know what a bear hug is. A bear hug is intended to be playful, lighthearted, and fun. When you're wrapped in a bear hug, it is a full frontal tight embrace that is enveloping and warm. This kind of hug means that you have someone in your life who loves being around you and feels like you're worth protecting. And number 6, the reverse hug. The reverse hug, or the spoon hug, is when someone wraps their arms around you from behind.
Ooh, yeah, that's the freaky hug right there.
I
love it.
Friend or your sibling.
Put that meat on that ass, girl.
Really stupid.
The reverse hug is a gentle but sweet affirmation of someone's feelings for
Like,
you.
yes, man. Where you been all day, baby?
Okay, period.
How did it make you feel? What do you think it meant? Tell us about it in the comments below. Please like and share this video.
All right, last one, y'all. You can't talk about hugs without talking about kisses. This is the last one.
Shit.
This is the last one on mental health, y'all.
Okay.
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to another video. Before we start, we would like to thank you for all the support that you've given us. Psych2Go's mission is to make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone, and you help us do that. So thanks again. Now, back to the video. Romance, flowers, moonlit nights, warm candles, a blazing fireplace, an alluring breeze in the midnight air. The kisses have only just begun. I'm talking about chocolate kisses, but the other kind too. Have you had your first kiss? Ever wondered what the different types of kisses actually mean? From the light peck to the passionate French kiss. And there are several types of kisses. Each type actually has a different meaning that could give you a little insight into your relationship with your partner. So, to help you find out what your partner is thinking when they give you a light kiss or a sweet peck, here are 9 types of kisses and what they really mean. Number 1, a peck. Usually used as a quick hello and goodbye, the peck is used casually and innocently. Often couples will use the peck early in a relationship, as it's a great way to test the chemistry you have with your partner.
Hey, that's all I get, babe.
Often and only use pecks, then perhaps your relationship with this person is simply friendly and fun. Number 2, the simple closed mouth kiss. The closed mouth kiss is simple in nature and lasts longer than the peck on the lips. A lot of first kisses are like this, since you may be testing your chemistry with them. However, if you suddenly find your partner only giving you this kind of kiss when you've kissed differently before, then it may mean that they're growing uncomfortable and or are closing themselves off in the relationship.
Oh, shit. That's all I get, babe.
Does your partner love to give you sweet kisses on the cheek? If so, this may mean that they truly enjoy your company and wish to show it. Whether it's while you're both at a party or out with friends, they may kiss you on the cheek as a way to show that they're thinking about you. This type of kiss usually means you have a good foundation with a solid friendship built around your love. Number 4, a gentle kiss. This kiss is commonly used between partners and signifies how comfortable and close you are with each other. It can be passionate and loving in nature to show that you're both deeply into each other at the moment. Not only does kissing this way mean that they have strong feelings for you, but they may also be teasing you for more intimacy in the future. Number 5, the lock kiss. You and your partner can't get enough of each other, but one of you has to suddenly go. As your partner turns away, you can't help but give one more kiss for the evening. This type of kiss, where the bodies are leaning apart as if fleeting, yet the lips stay locked together, is called the lock kiss. It means that you're both passionate about each other to the point that you can't stand it when either of you has to go. Number 6, the French kiss. The French kiss is used frequently among very passionate couples. If you often give your partner a French kiss, you're showing your desire and attraction for them, while hinting at a bit of exploration. Using it frequently also means you may have an adventurous romantic relationship. It signifies romance and attraction in its most intense form. Number 7, the angel kiss. The angel kiss is when your partner gives you a gentle kiss on your eyelid. Like the name suggests, they're acting as your guardian angel and are showing you that they'll always be there for you.
They just making shit up.
Kiss that is often given to help their loved one feel calm. It's a form of affection that shows that you both have a healthy relationship with each other. Number 8, the hickey.
Fuck up my
The
life.
hickeys mean different things depending on how much they make a point to give you one. While it can be a way to show that your partner is a very passionate person and is attracted to you, it could also be a sign of jealousy. When your partner gives you a hickey all the time, they may be using it as a way to show others that you're already taken. While this isn't always the case, it's always best to communicate your feelings with your partner. And number 9, kissing on the neck. Does your partner enjoy planting kisses on your neck? Kissing on the neck is a passionate and intimate form of affection that shows they're a very open person. It may mean that your partner is very attracted to you, and that you're both in an exciting and romantic place in your relationship. So, did any of these explanations give you a bit of insight into your relationship?
Queen?
I missed number 9. What was 9?
Number 9 was kissing on the neck.
Oh, I thought that was a hickey.
The hickey was before that, but they meant like pecks on the neck. Like that's what it was talking about.
I love pecks on the neck. It makes me turn on.
Y'all be freaky.
That's why I said the stomach kisses though. That's something different.
All right, so we're gonna get into the jab now, y'all. I know we've been on here for a minute, but we're gonna push through this and then we're gonna wrap up. So one of the cousins in the chat had sent this to me, and this is some information. This lady right here, she's been one of the lead doctors that's been like, I guess you can say, whistleblowing on the vaccines or the chemical. That's what we're gonna call it. So we're gonna jump into this this video. I wasn't able.
It goes right into what we were talking about anyway, because believe it or not, the vaccine fucks with your mental health. Let's get it.
The chemical.
Okay, right.
Because now we're going into territory where they want to mess with the stream. You feel me? So let's make sure we using the right code words. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see.
Shining a big bright light into the crevices of darkness, exposing the cockroaches, watching them scatter every day, including this 29th day of September 2021. Welcome to the Stu Peters Show. My name is Stu Peters. Well, to prove that there is nothing to fear from vaccine boosters, resident White House dementia patient Administrator Joe Biden publicly received a Pfizer booster shot on Monday. At least
did he call him a dementia patient?
Because that's what the media showed us on TV. It has to be legit. One day later, the White House announced that the president's trip to Chicago is postponed, supposedly so he can negotiate with lawmakers about the Democrats' big spending bill. But no, you won't see him in public.
Hold on real quick. Let's give credit to the where we getting the information from. Shout out to Stu Peters in the Stu Peters show at stupeters.tv. We're just trying to push the information. Don't come fucking with our YouTube video, flagging it and shit, bro. we appreciate you for conducting the information and putting out the information for us.
I put the disclaimer up, Coolie. I put the disclaimer up.
Cool. This is for educational purposes, y'all.
Public in that span. Why do you ask? The Biden administration is still pursuing its plan to force a vaccine into the arms of every living and breathing organism that scours, crawls on, or occupies America, regardless of age, health status, or religious conviction. But that dictatorial push just isn't enough. So they're also expanding their push to booster shots. Of course, those will be mandatory soon as well. Soon, everybody will be paying their mandatory tribute to Pfizer, to Moderna, to Johnson & Johnson every 6 months for the right to travel, go outside, hold a job, have a life. And they're racing forward aggressively. Even the CDC's own advisory committee on immunization practices voted against endorsing booster shots for healthcare workers and teachers. But last Friday, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky just overruled them. The Biden administration's political priorities come first, and that means more vaccines being forced into more arms. Dr. Carrie Madej says that she's personally examined multiple vials of the vaccines that are being forced into people's arms, and she says that she was horrified by what she saw. She says she cried harder than she ever has before. She says other American labs have looked at the contents of the vaccine vials only to shut down shortly after. And Dr. Carrie Madej joins us now. Doctor, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Stu. It's my pleasure to be here.
So you sent these images to the show. I've looked at them. I have to say that I was creeped out, but then again, I realized I don't know what I'm looking at here, so help me out.
Okay, so first of all, it was in July that a local lab in Georgia said they wanted me to examine contents of a vial that they had just received. This vial was fresh. It had already been used to be injected into at least one patient. Because it was the end of the day, they were going to discard it. So they were able to get the vial. And this particular vial was Moderna. And so I was there to witness them getting that and putting some of the contents on a glass slide with a compound microscope to look at it. And it was nothing was added to this solution. Nothing was diluted. No human tissue was added. Only the white light for the microscope. And of course, over time, it was becoming more room temperature from the refrigeration. That was it. And so first it looked just translucent. And then as time went on, over 2 hours, colors appeared, which I've never seen anything like this. There wasn't a chemical reaction happening. It was a brilliant like blue and royal purple and a yellow and sometimes green.
What that sound like, Queen? Yo, Queen. Oh man, I guess Queen.
I'm here. I had to use the restroom real quick.
Oh my bad. So you ain't hear what she said, huh?
I did. I was thinking to myself, they always trying to describe some shit in a way that make you throw your ass off.
Yeah, but you hear talking about the colors in it, right?
Yes.
That's the luciferase.
Is that what that is?
You hear what she's saying? It's the colors, like.
Wow, I didn't even peep that.
Like there wasn't a chemical reaction happening. It was a brilliant like blue and royal purple and a yellow and sometimes green. And so these colors appearing, I did not know what that was. After investigating a superconducting material can do that with white light being emitted to it. Okay, a superconducting material would be something like an injectable computing system. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, these fibers were appearing more and more. Some of the fibers had a little.
Then we show y'all the Morgellons.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said UV reactive too. I think that's she said brilliant way to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Little
UV reactive so they can see the luciferase, y'all.
Structure on that. I'm not sure what that was. and also metallic fragments were in there.
Now I'm gonna show y'all what this. She said is metallic fragments. So we're gonna get to what that is in the next couple of videos that I got, but that's the graphene. That's the graphene oxide. We're gonna see that in the next video, y'all.
They were not metallic fragments I'm used to seeing, and more exotic. They were very opaque, as well as as the edge of the cover slide, so the cover slipped, you put a glass partition on that, or a piece on top of the glass slide, there are edges. And so all the particulates, all these colors started to move to the edge, and there was self-assembling going on. Things were growing. They looked synthetic. And then there was one particular, I'd say, object or organism, I'm not sure what to call it, that had tentacles coming from it. And it was
it's the lucifers. Yeah, you're right.
Off the cover, I'm sorry, off of the glass slide.
It was alive? Like the thing was alive?
It appeared to, yeah, it appeared to.
Coolie, that's what they don't want to tell you what the lucifers is. It is a parasite that they're putting inside your body. And they show you that in the fucking Matrix. When they put the little bug in his stomach, they show you all of this shit.
Trust me, we about to show the science on how they doing it too in the next video. But damn. That is exactly how they doing it. Like the just like how we showed you the Morgellons a couple of episodes ago, a couple like hood news ago. This, and we're telling you about parasites. This is a new form of parasite that's embedded with the lucifers, like the lucifers, or however you want to say it. But y'all go back and look at Hood News, the first one, and that it's in that slideshow, in that PowerPoint.
Aware or be able to grow or move in space. I mean, all I can tell you is this is not something they taught us in medical school, nothing in my laboratories, nothing that I've seen before. And
nothing we've been taught in medical school, and nothing in my laboratories. So the only thing, that's another way of saying it's alien to me.
Yes, that's exactly what the fuck she just said.
You get what I'm saying?
Show this to other people in the field, and they don't know what it is either. And I thought, when I first saw this, and I kept looking at it over and over again, I had a colleague with me, and we both thought, wow, this almost appears like it's self-aware, like it knows we're watching it. It's just an interesting mind, but
alien,
very upsetting. And so after 2.5 hours, everything was destroyed, of course. And then I thought, well, maybe that was a fluke in a way. Maybe that was just that one vial. And so, just recently, the lab was able to get more vials. And
you heard her say maybe that was a fluke. Maybe it was the wrong vial. So that's her processing, like, okay, possibilities. Like maybe this is a fluke. You get what I'm saying? So now this is decoding. That's another formula, I guess you can say, of decoding. It's what they call brainstorming. You know what I'm saying? Running through all the possibilities. Like she said, like, okay, because the average person would think after seeing that, well, like she said, maybe it was a fluke. So they're gonna check something else. You know what I'm saying? Give it something to compare off of. You feel me? And that's how you need to think. That's the thought process you need to have when you look at everything in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Anything can have a conspiracy tied to it. Like even down to the labels on the wine. It's a reason why they
faculty.
You get what I'm saying? So it's a reason for everything. And y'all seen somebody put that up, the faculty.
Yeah, I keep telling them about that. That's where we're at. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yep.
Same manufacturer, but different batch, of course. Looking at it the same way under the compound microscope, and another one of those tentacle-like structures
different manufacturer, y'all.
Completely under the cover slip, so there was no movement because it wasn't on the edge. But I just couldn't believe I saw another one. And you know, it's same thing. Same colors appeared over time. These fibers, you know, they're in this time. I need to get. If they do it again, I have to get a video from them. There was actually motion that you could see in the video. So, you know, this is very concerning, and also was able to look at the contents of a Johnson & Johnson vial, and there's definitely a substance that looked like graphene. They all had graphene-like structures in there. Whether or not they were, I don't have the capability of testing them, nor did this lab, but that's what they appeared to be. They had fatty substances, like a sticky glue-like substance that would be considered a hydrogel in those, both of them, right? So that means they're lying. They're lying to us about the Johnson & Johnson.
So perhaps they're putting different things in different ones, because I keep saying, what is the point of having 3 and 4 different facilities with, oh, this is the vaccine for the Johnson & Johnson and the Pfizer and the this and the that, and when it's supposed to be one regulated motherfucking vaccine? I'm just confused.
Well, it's like
so different aliens, maybe, Coolie.
There you go, right there. So it's like how can I say it? It's like testing the recipe out. You know what I'm saying? For something. Let's go back to Coke. When Coke was being invented by whoever invented Coke, they had to test the recipe out. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to try different things here and there before they got the master recipe that they got in the safe that nobody know about except for the higher ups within that organization. You get what I'm saying? So use that analogy to this. So just like you said, it's different. It's different types of species. Even though we're all humans, we're different species of the human family. You get what I'm saying? Just like with monkeys, I don't know why that came up, but since they want to say we came from monkeys, let's use that as an example. Just like how they got chimpanzees, orangutans, gorillas, you know what I'm saying? The little marsupials or whatever you want to call them. Like it's different types. So it's different types of humans. So they're trying to figure out which strain of this chemical can we mass produce that's going to be the one that is the master key to do what we need to do to all of these different species within this particular race of people. You get what I'm saying? Well, not particular race. Yeah, they want to make sure they target a particular race, but right now this is about everybody. Like, these are one of these conspiracies. Like, yeah, it trickled down to the black people, of course, but this is just one of these things where it's like this depopulation. You know what I'm saying? They truly believe like X amount of people are supposed to be on this planet, and they don't care if they get rid of some of their own. Like, look at who reporting this. It's genomes. They ain't safe. They know they ain't safe. So that's why they trying to protect their own too. You feel what I'm saying? So but I wanted y'all, I'm not gonna play. If y'all want to watch this all the way through, that's cool. Y'all seen it in the intro, but it's one part of this. I'm gonna rewind back
actually motion
because it's gonna transition us into the next video.
You know, this is very concerning, and also was able to look at the contents of a Johnson & Johnson vial. And there's definitely a substance that looked like graphene. They all had graphene-like structures in there.
All right, so she's talking about graphene-like structures. So we're going to get into what is graphene, y'all. So let's jump into it. We got a video for that. I made sure I ain't want to read y'all to death because people learn visually too quicker. You know what I'm saying? Let it stain in your subconscious. Some stuff do require reading the information, but I found videos that was effective to give you guys just the just the information in a nutshell. So that way, if y'all want to go deeper into the rabbit hole, you can. I found all this stuff on YouTube, quick YouTube, and it's just thinking outside the box, y'all.
A simple show explains graphene. This is graphene. Let's call him Mr. G. He is the first material that is two-dimensional. This gives him a unique set of properties. Since 1859, many scientists were looking for graphene using complex.
My bad, y'all.
The Simple Show explains graphene. This is graphene. Let's call him Mr. G. He is the first material that is two-dimensional. This gives him a unique set of properties. Since 1859, many scientists were looking for graphene using complex experiments. But the first crystals of graphene were discovered in 2004 using a very simple and effective method, namely ordinary Scotch tape. During Friday evening experiments in Manchester, scientists noticed small parts of graphene on the tape used to clean a graphite stone. The two scientists, Andrew Geim and Konstantin Novoselov, were awarded with the Nobel Prize in Physics 2010 for this simple but groundbreaking experiment. Thanks to the Scotch tape method, this area of science grew extremely quickly. And today, hundreds of laboratories all over the world deal with different aspects of G research. What makes Mr. G a really super material is the combination of his unique properties. G is the first 2D crystal ever known to us, the thinnest object ever obtained, and also the lightest one. G is the world's strongest material, harder than diamond, and about 300 times stronger than steel.
Look, this shit so deep, y'all, because it's like I said, this war is not just physical; it's spiritual right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're making sure they creating stuff like that's interdimensional right now, y'all. Like this shit right here is not even three. It's not even in. They're not even dealing in the third dimension right now with this particular material. It's they fucking with us on the microscopic level right now, y'all. It's just like that's how serious it is. Like it's like beyond your actual scope of
comprehension.
Comprehension of what you see through your eyes. And that's why they made sure they stained 2020 like that. I don't know why that. I feel like that play a part, but it's like it's a reason why what we went through in 2020 is what we did, y'all, for real, because
that was a difficult year for a lot
of people. A lot of people.
G conducts electricity much better than copper. G is a transparent material. G is bendable and can take any form you want. And this unique super material gave birth to a new class of crystals that are also just one atom thin. And what's more fantastic is that these can be shuffled with each other to engineer new materials on demand to meet the special needs of different industries. All these factors move graphene swiftly from the G Research Laboratory to the G Marketplace, driven by demand from industries where such supermaterials are required: aerospace, automotive, electronics, energy storage, coatings and paints, communications, sensor, solar, oil, and etc. Thanks to mass production methods intensively being developed, expect to meet Mr. G in person soon.
Wow.
Expect to meet him pretty soon. And how is he coming? So this is a reason for the build-up, y'all. Just bear with me. Soak in the information, y'all, because it's all gonna make sense.
Okay.
Graphene oxide is extremely versatile with potential.
Now look, this is supposed to be the chemical makeup of the graphene. So this is like the elements, like how they have H2O or what have you for everybody that's in chemistry, biochemistry, and that shit. So y'all see it right there. hold on. Y'all seen that image there? Now check it out here. Don't this is the actual what she's seen under the petri dish. You know what I'm saying, through the microscope. Does
Let's
this
show
not?
the other one again, Coolie.
Let me show you the other one so y'all remember this this figure, because it's gonna be hard for me to go back and forth. I think I got it on here. Hold on, y'all. Do I got it on here? No, that's not it. That's the one that we got coming up next. All right, so look, y'all see that shape there? Look at this shape here.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Graphene oxide is extremely
You see it, Queen? Yeah, so it's definitely that shit definitely mimic that image in the other video.
with potential applications in many engineering fields. But for its effective use, control of its structure is essential. For instance, thin films and membranes require highly ordered nanoparticle arrangements. Composites require dispersed nanoparticles, and hydrogels require 3D porous arrangements. However, the structure of graphene oxide can vary significantly depending on its fabrication process and the amount of oxygen it contains. This makes its characterization difficult, which in turn makes it challenging to understand the link between the structure of a graphene oxide flake and their final morphology in composites. In a recent study conducted at University College London, scientists used a technique called multi-scale modeling to gain insights into the driving forces behind the formation of different graphene morphologies. Using two polymers, polyethylene glycol and polyvinyl alcohol, they conducted bottom-up simulations in which they observed how changes in the chemistry at the atomistic scale propagate up and ultimately shape the properties of graphene flakes and graphene oxide composites at much larger scales. For each polymer, they studied the thermodynamically stable microstructure, morphologies, and dispersion mechanisms for various oxidation levels. Because stable dispersions,
to sum it up, they figured out how they can use the shit, y'all.
are important in many commercial applications. One relevant finding is that the flakes never disperse in polyvinyl alcohol and only disperse in polyethylene glycol when highly oxidized. The scientists were able to validate their modeling results against the extensive literature on graphene oxide systems in organic solvents, past X-ray diffraction measurements of the interlayer spacing, and transmission electron microscopy images of aggregates. Overall, this study explains the sometimes unpredictable morphologies of graphene oxide and provides tools and rules to design new synthesis routes for desired graphene structures for various applications.
All right, and one of those applications is to be a conductor within the jab, y'all. Check this video out. And here go, this is where it all ties in. This is what the doctor was seeing. This right here, y'all.
Watch as this assembly line pumps out tiny machines called micromotors. These micromotors are only a few hundred micrometers long, and they can move when put inside a magnetic field.
You see how small that is?
Yeah.
Scientists propose that micromotors like these could one day deliver drugs inside the body or clean up wastewater by absorbing pollutants.
Could one day put drugs inside of the body.
Micromotors can propel themselves in a number of ways.
Those are the fibers you're seeing, y'all. These right here. This video was kind of dated. So this is probably like the first wave of what they created. But this is it not like in fiber form, Queen?
Well, yeah, it looks like fibers to me.
Yeah. So I mean, even though you see individual circles, this could be just one form of the technology, but
It's
shit,
reminding me of what the fuck be in the mask and shit. That's what I
is
keep thinking about.
exactly. And then look, let me go back to the beginning a little bit. You see how thin this tube is? This damn near the size of a syringe, is it not?
That's why I keep telling people. They don't believe that they can do that kind of stuff, and they can. It's nano.
And then it's fluid on top of that. It's like fluid nanotechnology. Like it's fluid like water. Like that's crazy.
She said, so it lays eggs, aka fibers.
Scientists propose that micromotors like these could one day deliver drugs inside the body or clean up wastewater by absorbing pollutants.
Now, hold on, I gotta go
they can
back.
move when put inside a magnetic field.
Okay.
And they can move when put inside a magnetic field.
They can move when put inside a magnetic field. Remember, I've been telling y'all we got to be on that 432 megahertz because everything vibrates. Everything is a frequency. You have a natural field around you, your Mercuba. You know what I'm saying? And that's your energy field, which is magnetic as well. So, like I told you, they want to create distortion and disharmony within your central nervous system. And how they do that is they disrupt your magnetic field, your natural magnetic field around you. And how they're going to do that is through the 5G. And the 5G is what is going to be able to control this graphene micromotor shit that you see right here, because the 5G is going to be able to release a magnetic field off of it. You get what I'm saying?
They're going to turn that shit on and they're going to make zombies.
And it's gonna go right back to what y'all showed y'all in the last Hood News, the Kingsman clip and the fucking cellular movie clip, where everybody went crazy on their damn cell phone. And this is how they, because of the graphene. The dude in the last video we just showed you tonight, they said they trying to figure out how they can use the material in electronics. You know what I'm saying? And this is how they showing you right here. Let's finish this video up.
That micromotors like these could one day deliver drugs inside the body or clean up wastewater by absorbing pollutants. Micromotors can propel themselves in a number of ways. A popular way to get around is to use a chemical fuel, such as hydrogen peroxide. Materials in the micromotors react with the fuel to produce jets of gas bubbles that push the tiny particles forward. But this approach
look like they shitting
compounds into the motor's surroundings.
But what they're emulating is right here, even showing you that. But what they're showing you is what we do naturally inside of you. This is cellular regeneration. They're showing you, like, your cells naturally do this. You feel what I'm saying? So they want to make sure that these like replace your natural cells. You get what I'm saying? Everybody cells generate. This is damn near how creation was started. It started from one cell and then it split into two, and they made the vesica Pisces, which is a symbol of the vagina. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's crazy. As above, so below. They cannot do something they cannot create anything that hasn't already been done in the universe, created by the creator. You get what I'm saying? They can only mimic. There's nothing invented.
They don't have any original ideas at all.
Exactly.
They don't create. They only mimic. You're absolutely correct.
This technology mimics your body, just like how a computer, hard drive and everything, the computer, that's based off of your brain, your actual brain. So like I say, as above, so below. They go heavy by that.
Gas bubbles that push tiny particles forward. But this approach can introduce toxic compounds into the motor's surroundings. Ditching the fuel and just using an external magnetic field to move the motors avoids these toxicity issues. It's a strategy that's also well suited for biomedical applications.
Now, if you see, it's practicing going through the intestines.
Now, a team of researchers at the Chinese University of Hong Kong and Huacheng University of Science and Technology have developed novel magnetic responsive micromotors made of graphene. researchers can easily attach other molecules to graphene, and the material has a high surface area, which makes it attractive for picking up pollutants. The corkscrew shape helps micromotors move in a rotating magnetic field, but it's been challenging to make helical micromotors from graphene until now. To make the micromotors, the team developed a cheap microfluidic method.
Hey, Queen, real quick, because I see somebody say, Miss Cat, she say, be careful with the colloidal silver or colloidal
I was
silver.
looking at that.
Yeah, and she's right. As we explained, like when we introduced it to y'all, and as I explained to you, that is not something that you take like frequently, like your vitamin C. You really want to fuck with that colloidal silver, like say if you're sick, because that's that, and it's like adding it to your regimen to get better. But once you get better, you should stop. You don't want to have too much of that into your system, because as it is right in the name. It's a metal. It's colloidal silver. It's just in liquid form. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to have
Does that go for all of them, for the gold and for the platinum as well?
all of them. You don't want to have an improper balance of the metals in your body, because as if you go back and look at the first hood news we did recently, Queen, and we was going through those metals, I think it's either the first one or the second one. Those are the minerals that you're supposed to have within you. You're supposed to have mainly natural minerals inside of you and not metals. You get what I'm saying? Now the gold and the copper and stuff, those are conductors. And the reason for it is just because they help you vibrate on a higher level so that you can manifest and all that other stuff. But it is a conductor, but it's not something that you should partake very heavily within your diet. You get what I'm saying, Queen? It's like it's like when you fast, you don't fast the whole 365 days. People normally do it for 30 days just so they can go through the cleanse, and then they go back to either, a slight change of the eating habits, or may eat the way they've been eating. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same principle. You just got to make sure you're creating ma'at within your temple, balance within yourself, spiritually and physically. I keep pausing this damn video, man.
The team pumps oil through a solution of graphene oxide and magnetic iron oxide, and a solution of sodium alginate. What comes out are tiny corkscrews with an oil droplet head attached to a graphene oxide-based tail, all of which are sealed inside a sodium alginate fiber. The helical motors get their signature shape through the liquid rope coil effect. This effect depends on precisely controlling the flow speed of each fluid. For instance, if the oil is injected slowly, the material comes out fairly straight, but as you increase the oil speed, you'll see the material start to form coils. The team takes the coils they made and reduces the graphene oxide to graphene, then washes away the oil and sodium alginate to isolate individual graphene micromotors. By applying a magnetic field, the researchers could navigate the micromotors through a microfluidic channel, and they found that motors that have smaller diameters and more space between their coils moved best. The team also, to make the micromotors, the team developed a cheap microfluidic method.
I don't know if you caught that, Queen. So basically, it's like, this is what I got from that last portion right there. This was stuck out to me. It's like, in order for this graphene to enter the vessel of a human, it has to be introduced through this oil and alcohol, like whatever she said.
Pumps oil through a solution of graphene oxide and magnetic iron oxide.
So they're pumping oil through the graphene oxide and the iron oxide, right?
Yeah.
So oils is something that we, produce, the body produce, you know what I mean? Like your skin has oil that it produces. And then also your body needs iron, you feel me, in order for it to function properly as well. Like, people be like people that's anemic, they cold and shit, or anemia. I think that's the one that's cold, get cold real bad, and they be like, oh, my iron low. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
in order for this alien material or chemical right here to enter the vessel, it must be introduced through something that is compatible to the vessel. You following what I'm saying? Like it's a Trojan horse. It's basically a Trojan horse. Because if you listen to the end of it, she say it washes
And a
away.
solution of sodium alginate. What comes out are tiny corkscrews with an oil droplet head attached to a graphene oxide-based tail, all of which are sealed inside a sodium alginate fiber. The helical motors get their signature shape through the liquid rope coil effect. This effect depends on precisely controlling the flow speed of each fluid. For instance, if the oil is injected slowly, the material comes out fairly straight, but as you increase the oil speed, you'll see the material start to form coils. The team takes the coils they made and reduces the graphene oxide to graphene, then washes away the oil and sodium alginate to isolate individual graphene micromotors. By applying a magnetic field, the researchers could navigate the micromotors through a microfluidic channel, and they found that motors that have smaller diameters and more space between their coils moved best. The team also attached silver to the micromotors to investigate their ability to kill bacteria. The silver micromotors could kill E. coli in a petri dish, most effectively when they were moved around by a magnetic field. While micromotors haven't appeared in real-world applications yet, many devices, like this one, are moving forward.
Look like a needle, man. A syringe needle. And then now, here is an actual, I guess you can say, this is it in live in effect. Like this is what you can see what it's doing. And it's crazy. It said, watch how graphene oxide reacts to a phone call. And it's crazy that here go the material, the graphene, and here go the cell phone, and we just told y'all, like, yep, they're gonna do it through like how we showed y'all in the movies, in Cell, in Kingsman, and look,
they keep saying Venom too.
And Venom, yeah, I haven't watched Venom yet, but I'm definitely gonna do a breakdown on it. I'm just waiting for the site to put up a good copy of it. I don't like watching like bootleg movies, man. But watch this shit, Queen. Watch what it do.
Okay.
And this is just a quick clip, because I got one more clip of it too, like it reacting. So he's using his phone right now. He making a call, and the cell phone is emitting frequencies. You feel me? And that's the graphene, you know what I'm saying, reacting to the frequency when it make the call. You see how it's moving?
Yes. Wow.
So imagine that shit in your body replicating itself.
Oh no, Coolie.
And then they put out the right frequency to be like destroyed, like I showed y'all in the movie. This what caused this would have caused you to go crazy and want to kill somebody. Shit.
Yep.
Look at that shit, y'all.
Когда я первый раз это обнаружил, даже страшно стало. Ну все, я выключаю. Вот, пожалуйста, все.
So you see end the call. You see, Queen, call ended.
Wow, that's crazy. I've seen it before, but I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Look at him. So that shit is living, basically.
It's basically living. It's like equivalent to like if you seen that the last Avengers and they show Iron Man suit in the last movie, like the war, Civil War, whatever. And this like the same technology he used in his suit. It was that bio nanotech, and it covered his whole body. That's pretty much what it was.
Wow.
Let's watch this last video, y'all. Then we wrapping it up.
That shit is crazy. These motherfuckers don't stop.
Now this is like a big liquid form of it, and they showing it in damn Lady Gaga video.
Was that it's the liquid form?
The magnetic field is, the closer together the spikes form. So first, let me show you what happens when I move a regular magnet near the ferrofluid. You can see it just sucks it up to the magnet.
Wow.
So
Why this
basically,
reminded me of Lucy.
you seen it said a demonic spirit can control it, because it's just like
I
being
didn't see that.
it's just like being an open vessel. Like if somebody's doing like channeling or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you open up, you feel what I'm saying? So this is equivalent. They saying this goo basically is equivalent to being open and subjective to the demonic spirits. Like it can be a medium for that. You feel me? Like we
the fuck?
We can use this to summon
Play
and
that
say,
again, Coolie, when she putting
yeah.
that glove on.
Cause that's what they showing. They showing possession basically. That's what they trying to show you through. Cause remember I say everything they show you on the screen is like a representation of something. Like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
So when she's putting that on, like
it's a representation of the demonic possession. That's
it's
what
putting itself on her.
Exactly. Remember, I told y'all circles. Anytime they show you a circle, they show you right there. Portal opens
in the body.
Anytime you see circles, it was a representation of a portal. Oh, I can't wait to do this Candyman breakdown for y'all, boy.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Remember, mirrors is a representation of another realm.
Mm-hmm.
There's even some talk of using this sort of nanotechnology to target drugs. So if we attach a specific drug to the nanoparticles here, we could put it in the entire body and it would all be dilute. But if we target an organ with a strong magnetic field, we can actually cause all of the drugs to go.
So if we attach a specific drug to the nanoparticle, we could put it in the entire body.
What's it doing to him? It's changing him. Into what?
There could be a magnet used.
Didn't I tell y'all they show you in the movies? They show you everything, dog. They cannot hide nothing from us. It's up to you to pay attention and be skeptical of everything,
Because
y'all.
they must show you.
Yeah. Look, if you look how this stuff look on the plate and how it's covering everything, imagine that on all your organs, or just you're going through your cellular makeup, changing your DNA. That's what he's implying they can do.
Target that stuff using the tiny nanoparticles, and then take the field away. It disperses throughout the body.
You say take the field away. Another word, like remove the electromagnetic field, remove the signal, and then you'll be normal. So they let you know this is what they testing. This is what they gearing up for. That's why they trying to push the jab so they can use this.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, Coolie, because when I seen the video of when they put the jab in the person's arm and it coagulated. Like
Exactly.
jail.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Facts. Let me show. We're gonna show that little clip, that movie clip, one more time so y'all can see that shit and how that man look. Because it's in the blood. All power is in the blood. Just like how they tell you in church, it's in the blood of Jesus. But no, it's a reason. They talk about the blood because everything is in the blood. Like all the math, all the coding and everything is in the blood, y'all. And that's what they want to infiltrate. Like, watch when they show this man on the movie clip. Where it's at? Go back far enough.
Your body, the entire body.
What's it doing to him?
Y'all see his veins?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. That's how quick. So basically, your veins and stuff runs all through your body.
But his face look more too Coolie. His face
Yeah.
reminds me of Thanos.
It do.
The structure of his face, yes.
Yep. Like it's like it's pulling his essence. The shit is pulling his essence away from him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's changing him.
That blood shit.
There could be a magnet used so that we could
target that stuff using the tiny nanoparticles.
What movie is that?
Right?
I'm not sure.
It disperses throughout the body.
So it's something people are working on.
Something people are working. Who the fuck is people?
They.
It disperses throughout the body. Entire body.
Man, we about to watch Venom again, the first one.
The symbiote. They tell you right there in the video. That's that in the Venom. That's what it was called, the symbiote.
But Miles takes me down to the banks of the River Thames near Vauxhall Bridge, in front of the landmark headquarters of Britain's Secret Service. All right, so we're outside MI6. Why are we here, Miles?
We're here because the British had a spoil of war in the 1980s from the Falklands. They had a brilliant new find called a sentient fluid, or black goo.
Black goo.
Because it was black and it was goo.
I know, I watched the new Venom. I just went about the other one again last night.
Brought it up to a much warmer temperature. It started to respond. Things went badly wrong in the labs.
So black goo is it's an intelligence?
It's a sentient fluid. They wanted to develop it as a weapon. That whole concept failed. The whole concept went wrong, and they dumped it in the sewers. So what it's doing now is going through the bacteria. It's going through all the living life forms. It's exploring everything.
Is it in me?
It's in you, and it's in everybody.
So it's coming out of here right now.
It's in our water supply.
It's in our taps. It's in our...
It's in the air as particulates.
Is it dangerous?
It's not dangerous unless you are hostile to it. It's in a learning stage, and it's being conscious, and it's communicated with people.
What's it communicating?
It's communicating that it's here to clean up our mess.
Wow. I feel like I'm going back down the rabbit hole, and the chilling...
What?
So basically, he's saying they was working on the experiment, and they thought it went to shit, so they just dumped it. And realistically, it didn't go to shit, and it's doing what they said it was gonna do. So now it's widespread, and they're saying like people has already been contaminated with it. And what's crazy?
But what is the fucking it, Coolie? That's what I keep trying to figure out.
It's this graphene oxide. That's what they're talking about.
Endgame of my journey is black goo.
If we need to sort out our problem, it will. That means complete deletion of everything on the planet, reset to zero, the Earth will start again.
Who knows about this? Like, which bits of government are aware that there's a sentient goo
The
in our
black
systems?
goo is the biggest single story that people want to know about. And there's very few people who really do know about it.
Pause, Coolie.
So that's
you ever seen the movie? You ever seen the movie back in the 80s? It's called The Stuff.
It's called the what? The Stuff?
The Stuff.
Nah.
But it's about ice cream, but the ice cream ain't really ice cream. It's the goo that takes over the planet.
You can put us on the screen now. No, I didn't see it. Like, you can add us to the screen.
All right.
But no, I haven't seen that.
Wow, Coolie. You just brought a whole bunch of shit to the fucking table. Honestly, I had never heard of graphene. Although I've heard of graphene, I never heard of it. You just really fucked me up. But it reminded me of The Stuff, the movie The Stuff.
Yeah. Bring back the screen real quick. I'm still sharing. Yeah, I'm still sharing. Yeah. So if y'all like that, the hood news or what have you, we definitely doing a deep dive into soul. So y'all make sure y'all tap in this Friday, right, Queen?
Yep, the 22nd. Get on there and get your tickets because we're also going to be breaking down Candyman, right?
Yeah, we also gonna do Candyman as well. Now, we starting at 8 p.m. I ain't gonna lie, we'll probably do like a 2-day or 2-night type of thing, depending on how long we go on the soul. But we also doing a dive into Candyman as well. But right now I'm wrapping up on everything with soul. I had kind of started it with the Candyman, but I had to put a pause on it so I can give y'all like the main pointers of soul, so we can kind of just breeze through it and give you the main points of it, so we can jump into Candyman and let you know what they talking about in that Candyman too, y'all. So y'all definitely like, if y'all fucking with the hood.
Candyman was so good, Coolie.
Yeah, it was. And we are going, just like how you're saying, we played the videos and stuff, the movies, we're gonna play the movie through, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go through the movie so that way y'all can see it. You said we're gonna do it on Zoom, right, Queen?
Yes, this is Zoom. And
Yes.
I want y'all to start thinking about this shit because Candyman talks about the motherfucking mirrors. Okay. Then how you said there was different dimensions. It talks about the oh God, what is the word? Gentrification of our hoods and how they look at us and what they think. Let me tell you what struck me, and I really ain't really said nothing about it, but him being okay, no, I can't. Never mind.
No, don't say that's
that
not.
was a spoiler. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never
look,
mind.
y'all just tap in, man. We're telling you, we really gonna go into it, and like we say, we're gonna watch it with y'all. Hopefully, y'all can watch it too if you can, so that way those that do buy the ticket and we do the breakdown together, that way y'all can give us some feedback too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's an open classroom, y'all. So make sure.
If you're scared of Candyman, you are scared of yourself. Period.
Listen, man, that's what's crazy. You know how many people is probably gonna miss out on the message of the movie of Candyman just because they think it's a horror
all
flick.
Jamila kept saying was, it's message after message. Oh, did you see the message? This is ain't nothing but message. It was literally what, 4 of them and us 3. It was literally 7 people in the movie theater last night when we went to see it. Now, when we went to see Halloween the day before, it was a lot of people in there, and it was stupid. Halloween was the stupidest movie because it ain't nothing but genomes wanting to kill, and it show you that they won't never stop. The evil will never stop. That's the whole message. So then when you watch Candyman, it is duality. It's so important. It's so important.
Yeah. Man, it's so many levels of shit in Candyman, and that's why I can't wait to get into it and show y'all the shit. But like I say, we're gonna do a dive in the soul too, because we've been saying we're gonna go in the soul with y'all. So we're gonna do the dive in the soul and just like do a quick little refresher into it and really dive into Candyman, because it's like it's a more current movie. Soul is too, but Candyman just got a current message right now in it, and we just need to like intertwine the two, y'all. So y'all get y'all tickets. Queen, you got anything you want to say, girl?
I just want y'all to get on that Eventbrite. We have several classes up there right now. Make sure you check it out. Not just Coolie and I, but I have a few classes. I have some with Jamila's daughter, Gisela. She is a teen, and she is developing spiritually, and she is teaching children and teens how to develop spiritually without being afraid of your gift, as well as Toddy. She has 2 classes up. She's teaching you how to do tarot and how to read tarot and how to connect the side of spirit with me. Those are my classes as well. And then, of course, Tatiana, she has a 1-on-1, 101 about lupus and how to tell if someone has lupus, because sometimes we do not know. It doesn't have a face and you're without. And then don't forget, Toddy has this great ass makeup class coming up. And so we're looking forward to that. And Coolie and I, we're going to talk about stuff because we got some more classes that we're going to put up. And Coolie, the tarot cards, man.
They coming. They
I got
coming.
so many requests for them.
I told you. I'm about to get back into my
Can
zone.
we show some real quick? They look amazing.
I'm trying to figure out how I would have to email them to my laptop so that way I can share them to the screen. You get what I'm saying? But next time we jump on, we can do another little quick brief hood news on Wednesday, just something like 30 minutes or so, and I have it so we can show it to them.
Okay.
All
Hell
right.
now, Coolie. This was supposed to be an hour. This has been 2 hours and
I know,
35 minutes.
but look, y'all can dive in, go through the gyms and see what apply to you. You know what I'm saying? Eat the meat, spit out the bones, and listen. Like all these hood news are going to be congruent. They all going to tie in together, I guess you can say. So watch all of them, and then they all going to make sense. Everything going to tie in, y'all. So y'all tap into the hood news. Like, share, subscribe. Queen, I appreciate you for always having me on your platform. You know what I'm saying? Blessings.
Absolutely.
We definitely gonna get these tarot cards out here to the people, and definitely let's hop on Wednesday just for like a little bit. We ain't gonna do this long, but just so we can show them the cards and stuff and some news stuff real quick.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we'll be back. Hood News Wednesday. See y'all soon. All right, peace, y'all.
All right, peace.